All right, here's my week 7 top 25. It's time to update that for week 8. So at number 1, we have a huge change. My number 4 team, Indiana, goes on the road to beat Oregon. So Oregon will drop, and my new number 1 team is going to be Indiana. That is the best win of the season so far. Indiana destroyed Illinois as well earlier in the season, more than Ohio State did this past week. So I think Indiana has a stronger resume than Ohio State. They belong at number 1. Miami we're keeping at number 2. They were idle. Ohio State we're keeping at number 3. As I just mentioned, they beat Illinois 34-16, I believe. Number 4, Texas Tech is moving up. They continue whooping teams like nobody's business. They blew out a good Kansas team, so they are number 4. And then number 5, Texas A&M. They beat Florida pretty handily. Texas A&M looks like one of the best teams in the country. That is definitely the top 5. I think that should be everybody's top 5. You might disagree on the order, but Indiana, Miami, Ohio State, Texas Tech, and Texas A&M are the 5 best teams in the country. Moving down here to number 6, I'm moving Ole Miss up to number 6 after they barely survived against Washington State. Not a good game for Ole Miss. Number 7, I'm moving Alabama up. They were my number 10. They beat my number 9, Missouri, so Alabama moves up to 7. My number 8 team will be Georgia. So Oklahoma was my number 8 team last week. They lost. Georgia is moving up to number 8 after their win. Controversial win versus Auburn, but a win nonetheless. And number 9 is where I'm dropping Oregon to. Their only loss is to now the best team in the country, Indiana, so they don't deserve to fall too far. So Oregon at number 9. Then at number 10, I am going to move up LSU. They beat South Carolina 20-10. South Carolina, a lot of people had high expectations for them this year. After last year, and they just have not lived up to it. Number 11 is going to be my Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets after they beat Virginia Tech at home. Number 12, I'm moving up a team who didn't play. It's Vanderbilt. And I'm moving Tennessee to 13. Tennessee barely survived against Arkansas. So I wanted to move Vandy ahead of them for that. And 14 is where I have Missouri. So Missouri lost to Bama, but it's their first loss of the season. They don't deserve to drop too far. And at 15, I'm moving up Virginia from 17 to 15. They did not play. All right, that rounds out the top 15. Moving down towards 16 to 20 range. Michigan was my 16 team last week, and they lost to USC. So we are moving Utah up after their blowout win over Arizona State. 17, I'm moving up their rival BYU. Barely escaped in a game against Arizona, but they get the win. 18 is where I have USC after their win against Michigan. Very impressive win. Number 19, moving up from 21, Nebraska. After their win over Maryland, a pretty good Maryland team, surprised some people this year. Although they usually start off strong and fall apart midway through the season. But and then I have Cincinnati at 20. They beat UCF 20-11. Moving down to 21 is where I have dropped Oklahoma. So Oklahoma drops to 21. Iowa State lost, so let's remove them. 22, I'm moving up Memphis. Memphis didn't play, but South Florida did. They beat North Texas, a pretty big win for South Florida over a pretty good North Texas team. They move up to 23. And 24, it's going to be Houston. They're 5-1 now with a win over Oklahoma State. Really good start to the season for Houston. They blew out a bad Oklahoma State team. And then 25, I've got Washington. Washington, just a solid team. They're also 5-1, 4-1 or 5-1, I believe. Their only losses to Ohio State, like 24-6. So, yeah, that rounds out my top 25 for Week 8. We'll go through it again. Indiana at 1, Miami at 2, Ohio State at 3, Texas Tech at 4, Texas A&M at 5, Ole Miss at 6, Alabama and Georgia at 7 and 8. Oregon falls to 9. LSU up to 10, back in the top 10. Georgia Tech at 11. Vandy 12, Tennessee 13, Missouri 14, a group of SEC teams right there. Virginia at 15. Utah and BYU 16 and 17. They play this upcoming weekend. Should be a good one. USC 18, Nebraska 19, Cincinnati 20. Oklahoma falls to 21. Memphis 22, South Florida 23, Houston 24, and then Washington rounds out the top 25.